Well, big news this week on the SMX Insider Extra interview. We have Jeremy Coker. And Jeremy, I wanted to introduce you as the Monster Energy Yamaha Star Racing Manager, but as we understand it, there's a big change. Why don't you tell us exactly what's going on there?
Yeah, for sure. I'm excited about it. From the rumors and stuff that you hear, most people might think that I made a lateral move just to come over here and manage this team, but that's not the case. I took on a position. It's called my title would be General Manager of Triumph Racing America. That is to oversee every form of racing that Triumph has and will have. Yes, currently that is SuperMotocross. But the end goal is to have amateur racing, GNCC, every form of racing that any other manufacturer has, and that's going to be a big job of mine to create and to oversee. So it's a much bigger position than what I was in.
So that makes sense because I think on the surface, everybody looked at this and said, well, on the 450 side, you have Eli Tomac, Justin Cooper, and Cooper Webb all thinking that 2025 is going to be their year. They're all going to be chasing the Super Motocross World Championship, and most team managers in this sport would kill for a lineup like that. So was it just the bigger opportunity that I don't want to say forced your hand, but really the bigger opportunity that led you this direction?
Yeah, I think that neither of those. I don't think it's a big secret or a thing you got to cover up that our industry is a grueling travel. Home life is at zero. I currently have two young kids, and they're getting to the point where, they're gonna start sports and they're gonna do this and do that. And for me not to be part of their lives in that aspect was really weighing on me. So I knew I needed to make a change that would allow me to be home a lot more, to be able to go watch my kids play baseball, maybe coach their baseball team, whatever you want to call it. And that's not possible in the position that I was in. I think you guys all know, we travel. I think I did 37 races last year with the off-season races, and that's just a bit crazy. So what made me really think about it was that, when I got home from Australia, it was really a hit on me, like, holy smokes, I got to do something different. At the same time, this position fell in my lap. I was contacted about this opening, and even when they contacted me, I kind of thought the same thing that everybody else was thinking, like, oh, it's just team manager. And I was like, I'm not interested to move for that reason. And exactly what you just said is, why would I leave for the exact same position when I have every bit of potential to probably win every championship next year with the team that I was on? But then when I found out what the position was and the travel requirements and all that, it was I wouldn't say an easy decision. It still was a really, I sat out at the farm for a long time and just stared and really tried to think about what I was going to do. But I knew at the end of the day that it was a decision that had to be made for my family.
Well, I can understand it's a pretty big just professional change from one team to the other. But you walk us through a little bit what your day-to-day is going to be like now at Triumph. It sounds like less travel, which is a huge positive, but initially jumping in, what's that going to look like?
So what my main focus in these next 2 months is these first 4 races. What does it take for this brand to be successful in these first 4 races? What is missing? What needs to be done? And then when we get to Anaheim, my focus now becomes on what do we need for our upcoming motorcycle? What is it going to take to have this 450 ready for the 450 team and the 450 team launch? And then once that kind of gets going, and once we got both bikes up and going, it's going to translate into, okay, now it's time to create an amateur program. Now it's time to really go out there and create every form of racing that every other manufacturer has.
Well, it seems like the right guy for the right job at the right time. So again, congratulations, and thanks for taking the time to share your perspective on it.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.